encourage China on this path, we need to apply some pressure too.
Tannock is next speaker.
Has always acknowledged the PRC as a constructive and essential global partner, and I do hope that one day we will be able to welcome it as a peace-loving and democratic China with full respect for human rights into the family of nations, a bit like Taiwan. For the time being, however, it remains a one-party communist dictatorship with an alarmingly dismissive attitude to the welfare of its own people. And yet it cannot be ignored. The current crises in North Korea and Syria demonstrate the need for us to cooperate in the UN in the interests of global peace. In particular, it should no longer be able to act as a lone friend to pariah states from Sudan to the DPRK and train missiles at friendly nations while simultaneously demanding full international respectability. For this reason, I welcome the report's balanced stance. It appropriately considers the needs of Taiwan, whose friendship group I chair in this Parliament, particularly with regard to President Ma's plan for the de-escalation of tensions in the East China Sea, where one false move could easily plunge China and Japan into a potentially catastrophic war. There are also important amendments on Tibet, whose people continue to be oppressed by a Chinese government intent on destroying the Tibetan people's language and way of life. China, with over $2 trillion in reserve, also needs to observe high standards of corporate governance in Africa. I am the rapporteur for the Horn of Africa. We must ultimately hope that the ever more powerful Chinese state, which is now our biggest trading partner in the European Union, can prove to be a force for good in the world. Thank you.
Danke vielmals.
Thank you. Lord Dartmouth.
Mr. President, let me first convey my deep and profound personal regret that Baroness Ashton is not present. The High Representative is much missed, as well, of course, as being very often missed. Now to China.